Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I am sharing a delightful side dish for your holiday table. It is my clean and delicious sweet potato casserole. So think creamy mashed sweet potatoes with warm, cozy spices topped with a pecan and oat crumble. That is so good. It is so insanely delicious, super simple to make, and can easily be made vegan as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my sweet potatoes. You want 3 pounds of sweet potatoes, which can be anywhere between 3 and 4 potatoes, depending on their size. So I'm just going to start by giving them a good scrub under some cold water, just getting off any of the loose debris. And then I'm going to peel off the skins with a potato peeler. Once I have all of the skins off, I'm just going to cut them into hearty, bite-sized pieces, somewhere in the range of a 2-inch chunk. Once all the potatoes are prepped and ready to go, I transfer them into a nice big pot, and then I'm going to cover them with some cold water. You just need to come about 1 inch or so over the potatoes with the water. Then I will turn my heat up to high, let everything come up to a boil, and then just let it do a nice slow roll boil for about 15-20 minutes or until your potatoes are fork tender. So you can just grab a fork or a knife like I have here and poke it right through the center of the potato chunks, and you want it to slide in and out easily. That's how you know your potatoes are ready to go. So I will carefully drain my potatoes out into a nice big colander, let all of that water go, and then I'll transfer the cooked potatoes back into that warm pot, and I'm going to season them with a 1/4 cup of milk and 2 tablespoons of butter. Now I am using an organic 2% milk as well as an organic pastured butter, but if you wanted to keep this recipe all plant-based, you could sub in any type of plant-based milk you like or prefer. They will all work. And you could sub in some vegan butter, or if you wanted, you could use a little coconut oil as well. Now remember, all recipes are blueprints, so use them for inspiration, use them as a guideline, but then adjust and tweak them so that they align with your personal goals, your lifestyle, and of course your dietary preferences. Okay, so next we have our warm, cozy spices. So I have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, as well as 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I'm also going to give that a nice hearty pinch of sea salt and a little bit of black pepper. Then, using a potato masher, I'm going to mash this all together until I have a rich, creamy, and flavorful sweet potato mash. Now, do keep in mind, you could also do this with a hand mixer if you prefer, but I prefer a little bit more of a rustic mash, so I like the hand masher, but if you like really smooth and whipped, you might prefer the hand mixer. Then I'm going to transfer this potato mixture into a 3-quart baking dish, and I'll use a spatula just to smooth out the top, trying to get it as even as possible. From here, I'm going to set this aside, and we are going to make our pecan oat crumble topping, which is my personal favorite part of this recipe. And of course, so easy to make. So into a medium-sized bowl, I am combining a 1/2 cup of good old-fashioned rolled oats. Make sure that you look for a certified gluten-free oat if you have to be sure that this is a gluten-free recipe. While all oatmeal is naturally gluten-free, sometimes they're processed in factories that cross-contaminate. So if gluten-free is important to you, look for a certified gluten-free brand. Then I have a 1/4 cup of extra fine almond flour, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, 1/3 cup chopped pecans, a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, and then just another little tiny pinch of nutmeg. And just a fun little side note, nutmeg is one of these spices that I really like to grind up myself. It's just the flavor is so much fresher and it's really notable. So I look for them like this. I buy them whole. This is the last one I have, so this one's already half gone. And you can see what the center looks like. And then I just grate it on a small grater, like a little tiny microplane, and you get this beautiful fresh nutmeg, which by the way is also delightful on top of your coffee. I'm going to gently mix this all together, get all of those ingredients incorporated, and then I'm drizzling in a 1/4 cup of melted butter. Again, this could be a vegan butter, this could be coconut oil, and then I like to use my hands to just bring this all together. You want this to look like a wet, coarse sand, just like I have here. Then I'm just going to sprinkle this delicious crumble right over the mashed sweet potatoes. And I like to kind of keep a little room on the edges and do it more towards the center. This looks so good. So you just want to do your best to get a fairly even layer, just like that. Now, if you wanted to do some of this ahead of time, you could make the mashed sweet potatoes along with the pecan oat crumble. Store them both in an airtight container in your fridge for up to 24 hours beforehand. Then when you're ready to bake it, you will just sprinkle that oat crumble over the top and pop the whole thing in the oven, which is where we are at right now. So this goes into a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes or until it has warmed through, and you're gonna know that it's done because that oat pecan crumble is gonna be lightly browned and it is gonna smell absolutely delicious, and your potatoes are gonna be heated through. This is such a beautiful dish, and once it's cool enough to handle, you could just come on in and cut a little piece out for yourself. It's more like a scoop. You can see the creamy potatoes with all of that crunchy, delicious topping. Get that onto your plate and you will have this beautiful, sweet and savory holiday dish that I promise you everybody is going to want to try. It's creamy, it's crunchy, it's sweet, it's savory, it is so good. Delicious. And if you're looking for more inspiration for your clean and delicious holiday table, make sure you check these recipes out right over here. And if you enjoy recipes like this, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new recipe. Thank you for watching. I'm Dani Spies, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers!